Welcome! If you want to provide a great theme for your home's outside Christmas decorations, win your community or subdivision holiday decorating contest, or impress all the kids in your neighborhood, this video provides step-by-step instructions and ideas on how to do this. This episode shows how to easily make a decoration frame and then safely install it along with your inflatable Christmas decoration on your roof. Your decoration could be the blow-up helicopter or fixed-wing aircraft shown in this film, or any other type of inflatable Christmas decoration on display at Home Depot, Lowe's, Wal Mart, Costco, etc. However, prior to getting started, I would like to urge you to exercise extreme caution and be safe if you attempt to install something similar on your roof. While serving in the U.S. Army, I had a serious orthopedic injury. In the hospital bed next to me was an Air Force sergeant who attempted to install a TV antenna on his two-story roof. Unfortunately, he fell, landed on both feet, and broke all of the bones in both of his legs. With this in mind, I urge you to be safe if you attempt this project. In addition, later in the film, I'll show you a much safer ground installation of a blow-up decoration if your roof is too steep or dangerous to install it. Most importantly, I urge you to exercise extreme caution if you attempt this project, especially if you have a dangerous or high roof like the Air Force sergeant did. We'll follow this outline. I'll first cover mounting and installing the inflatable decoration and its frame on a roof. This will give you enough information to decide if you're interested in this project and want to build and install a similar decoration on this frame before watching my entire video. Next, I'll recommend the design of a frame for mounting and attaching your blow-up decoration, and it will include the frame's dimensions and weight and the tools and material that you'll need to build it. I'll show how to assemble and build the mounting frame and attach the decoration. We'll then test the blow-up decoration on its frame to ensure that it works properly prior to placing it on a roof. And lastly, we'll cover the most important item, your safety. This is basically how I orient the blow-up helicopter decoration on its frame against my ladder prior to placing it on the roof. Some important points are as follows. I recommend that you use masking tape to roll up and temporarily tie down all of your corner ropes, the upper rope, and the extension cord. If you fail to do this, Murphy's Law will prevail and some of the ropes will catch the edge of the drain pipe while you're trying to lift the frame onto the roof at the worst possible time on your ladder. Lastly, I place the motor and the wooden mount closest to the ground. This is the heaviest portion of the decoration, which includes the electric motor, blower, and wooden mount on the bottom. I'm right-handed, so I basically grab hold of the frame here near the center of gravity and go right up the ladder. So this is basically what it looks like in position prior to mounting it on a roof. At this time, we're going to go right up the ladder. As I mentioned before, we grab it in this area, which is really the center of gravity. Go up the ladder. Just above the drain pipe. Continue pushing. Once again, it's lightweight. It's 20 pounds, and you maneuver it around like so. Get it into position, and then go right up the ladder. Okay, so we're up on the roof. You see the orientation of the frame of the blow-up Santa frame. I mentioned I tied off one rope here at the drain pipe, and up here on this drain pipe brace at this location. And this is the rope corner that goes down and connects into the bay window, the one to the drain pipe brace, and the drain pipe base here. It's a very light structure. It's low weight, so when the Santa inflates, there's not really a lot of side load on this or the wind, so there's really no danger of it blowing off the roof. We've had it up here in 50 to 55 knot winds, and we've never had a problem with it blowing off the roof. This, once again, is the tie-off near the corner of the drain pipe, and near that is our electrical wire connection. So as you can see, I have the connection secured or covered with Gorilla Tape in 2 or 3 directions, so there's no way any melting snow or ice can short out or blow the circuit. This completes the installation portion of the episode. Altogether, it took me approximately 15 minutes to install on the roof. We are now going to design and construct a frame for inflatable roof-mounted decoration, which will take 1 to 2 hours to construct. This will include identifying the dimensions and weight of the structure and its required tools and material. My inflatable helicopter is 15 years old. It's worn from the winds and needs a few repairs, so I'm making the new multi-engine fixed-wing blow-up in the lower right to demonstrate how you can build your own inflatable decoration mounting frame. By the way, as an Army officer, I had a great opportunity to manage both of these aircraft programs, to include managing their design, airworthiness flight testing, and initial fielding. So my wife bought both the helicopter and airplane blow-up decorations for me. These are the overall dimensions and weight of the helicopter blow-up mounting frame. It's made from a lightweight 1-inch PVC pipe and has a chipboard mount near the rear for the inflatable decoration's electric motor and fan. Its overall length is 62 inches. It's 26 inches wide and has a 1-foot vertical extension for keeping the electrical connection above the snow. If you live in a heavy snow area, you'll need a longer extension. The total weight with the inflatable decoration attached is 21 pounds. However, please note that these are generic dimensions. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to size your frame to your specific blow-up decoration. These are the tools and material you'll need. I use 1-inch PVC pipe. It comes in 10-foot lengths at Home Depot and Lowe's. In the store, I cut them into 4 5-foot lengths to fit into my car. You'll also need 4 90-degree Schedule 40 elbows and 5 Schedule 40 T-joints. As shown, I always buy some extras in case I need them. 1 T-joint is for this 1-foot vertical section to keep your extension cord connection out of the snow, and these 4 T's are for the horizontal cross sections for attaching the blow-up motor base. The 4 90-degree joints are for the corners. Additional items include PVC primer and glue, hammer, 1-inch drywall screws for attaching the wooden base to the PVC pipe, cleanup rags or paper towels, and a ruler or measuring tape. You'll need a PVC pipe cutter or saw and wire ties to attach the blow-up helicopter to the PVC pipe. You also need the screws and bolts on the right for the motor base. This is how I use the screws and bolts to mount the motor to the chipboard. Notice that the flatheads of the screws are on the bottom left PVC pipe, so they will not damage the roofing shingles, and the 2 bolts on the right are mounted in reverse so they do not touch the roof. I later covered the flatheads on the left with Gorilla Tape for roofing protection. Step 1 of the process is to inflate your decoration to determine its required PVC pipe frame dimensions. The helicopter frame dimensions were 62 by 26, so I've laid out these measurements with the blue tape mark on my yardstick at 26 inches and the tape measure extended to 62. The best approach is to keep the base as small and light as possible to make it easy to carry up and down your ladder. Okay, we're blowing up the decoration at this time. The 62 by 26 looks like it'll be fine if we move it over here like so. In addition, I have pre-cut the width of this chipboard motor base to attach to the PVC frame. And I'll cut it to match the 26-inch distance across the frame. As shown, our preliminary run-up validated these 26 by 62 measurements and put us in the helicopter's 20-pound weight range. These are the final dimensions that I decided to go with. This is how I set up the cross members for assembly with PVC primer and glue. And this is how I glued and assembled them. At this time, we'll conduct our final test of the inflatable decoration. When turning it on, it's important that it blows up properly every time. Later, after installing it on the roof, you don't want to have to climb back onto the roof to entangle it or help it inflate. I used the 4 tie-down cords that came with the decoration to secure it to these rear locations on the frame. 2 here, and the other 2 here. As I mentioned before, I covered the heads of these motor bolts with Gorilla Tape so there's no danger of them damaging my roof tiles. This is what they look like from the underside. In addition, you may want to coat the bottom of your PVC pipe frame with anti-skid paint. Next, I secured the electrical connection here to the top of the 1-foot post with Gorilla Tape and wrapped it in several directions to protect the connection against rainwater and melting ice. Lastly, I taped the electrical cord to these locations on the PVC pipe frame. It's very important that we finish up by emphasizing some key safety points, to include evaluating some sample homes for the installation. To me, this house is a scary sight. It's not worth the risk to attempt an inflatable installation on a dangerous 2-story roof like this one. This ranch home is acceptable in this low pitch area above the roof identified with the blue arrow. However, none of these other steep areas on the roof are suitable. Even though this is a ranch home, all of its roof areas are too steep. The shallow slope roof over the porch identified with the blue arrow on this 1.5-story home is okay for an inflatable installation. However, all of the other high-pitched roof areas marked with red arrows are too steep and dangerous. This 2-story home is ideal for a blow-up installation. Mounting it here on this porch roof with the general slope identified by the blue arrow provides easy and safe access. After placing the frame near the blue arrow, you could simply run the 2 rear tie-down ropes and its power cord through 1 or 2 of these bedroom windows. After tying the 2 front tie-down ropes to the drain pipe braces, you have completed the installation. Nevertheless, I would not attempt to position an inflatable decoration on any of the steep inclines identified by red arrows. If you have a steep or high roof and still want to feature this inflatable Santa, I recommend that you mount its PVC pipe frame on 3 to 6 foot stilts shown on this film clip. As you can see, it comes up perfectly and works fine on the stilts. To protect it from high winds, you may want to secure it with guy wires attached to the 4 corners, which are staked to the ground. This concludes this episode on designing, constructing, and safely installing your inflatable roof-mounted Christmas decoration. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and select the YouTube bell so YouTube will notify you of all my new projects immediately after I publish them. At this time, I'm moving on to my next project. You're more than welcome to follow. In addition, if you have a great project that you want to post on my YouTube channel, email me some pictures and a brief description of it. If it qualifies for the Let's Fix It Right standards to help others, I'll interview you over the phone as a guest do-it-yourselfer, produce a high-quality video, and post it on my Let's Fix It Right channel. For the year following this posting, I'll share 50% of the potential YouTube benefits with you. If you have any subject matter requests or recommendations, please contact me. All of this said, I recommend that you subscribe to my channel, follow my projects, and save a bundle of money doing it.